What is up, guys? You got Tone here, bringing you my ICBA Week 3 battle. This week we are up against Top, or Meta, as it says there, and his team, the Rhode Island Rotoms. So, we're coming off of a win over the Melbourne Metagross, 2-0. So we are now 2-0. My opponent is coming into this battle 0-2. So, it's a division matchup, but we only play each other once. Nonetheless, his team is very, very terrifying, to say the least. And it also has one of my most hated mons that I hate to play in draft league format in Cresselia. But nonetheless, I'm just going to run down his team really, really quick. His team consists of Kieran Black, Tornadus, Terrakion, Cresselia, Shaman, Rotom Heat, Registeel, Hitmonchan, Mimikyu, Skuntank, and the Lantern, with his 3 Z-Mons being Tornadus, Shaman, and Mimikyu. So, his team was very, very formidable and all that stuff. There were some threats, but the main thing I really, really hated seeing on that team was Cress. Considering I didn't really have much to break through Cress, other than like some stuff like means like Toxic and stuff like that. And to make matters worse, having to deal with Cress. And then he has set up mons like Mimikyu, and then he has Tornadus T, which can like check some of my special mons if he's like Assault Vest. And then Kieran Black is just a menace to deal with as a whole. So, and on top of that, not gonna lie, I didn't really feel the best. I had a lot of issues. I had a lot of in real life issues to deal with the week I played this battle. And there were just times that I really didn't feel like playing the battle at all, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just suck it up. Try my best, and then I just didn't want to like give away a win, you know. I wanted to at least try. So you see this 6 mons I'm bringing to the left. I kind of made this team a while back, so I don't really remember what sets why I ran what I did, but first off, is pretty much the same Electros set from last week. Physical Assault Vest, Thunder Punch, Drain Punch, Knockoff, and U-Turn. We have Delmies here making its debut with the Assault Vest, with Rapid Spin, Shadow Claw, Rock Slide, and Anchor Shot. I had Earthquake over Rapid Spin, but I switched it last second. As you're going to see in the battle, I'm going to kind of regret doing that. We have Choppleberry, Crocodile for the Terrakion, with Stealth Rock, Knockoff, Earthquake, and Toxic. Ranunculus, Calm Mind, Recover, Psyshock, and Signal Beam with the Buginium Z. Buginium Z mainly so that way if Rotom Heat is a Choice Scarf variant, I do not get tricked, so there's that. Infernape with the Life Orb, Sword Stance, Flare Blitz, Close Combat, Mach Punch, and lastly, Celesteela, we have Weakness Policy with Autonomize, Flash Cannon, Rock Slide, Earthquake. So I figured Electros would be my safest lead, simply because it doesn't really do much in this battle outside of checking the Rotom, so to speak. It can get some damage off on stuff like Torn and whatnot, which is also another reason why I brought Torn over Electros over Gudra, because Kieran is a menace. So without further ado, I'm going to start the battle here. He's going to lead off with the Electros. I'm going to lead off with Electros. He's going to lead off with the Cresselia here. I'm going to speed up a bit just because some of the turns here are a bit repetitive, as you're going to see. So he's going to lead off with Electros. I'm going to lead off with Electros. He leads with Cresselia. He's going to hard switch out and goes right out into Kieran Black here. I'm just going to go for a U-turn. Yeah, I go for a U-turn and I go directly out into my Infernape here. I mean, not Infernape. I go to my Delmies here. I knew I could take an Ice Beam in case he was special. But he goes out into a Skuntank here. I'm just going to fire off an Anchor Shot because why not? And I did a good chunk. But he's Black Sludge here. And now I really wish I had Earthquake here for 2 reasons. He Sucker Punches me. I live. It was a crit, unfortunately. I go for the Anchor Shot again. If I was EQ, I definitely would knock him out. He just lives on a sliver of health here. So now I'm going to stay in here because I feared the pursuit the entire time, which is why I didn't switch out. He's going to kill me up with a Sucker Punch. So down goes Elmi. So that's great. But I do get to go out into my Infernape here. I could have gone into, like I said, it's been a while. So I go into Crooked out here on the I could have got on my rocks here as he goes into the Rotom Heat. I just go for the EQ because why not? So I'm gonna switch out here in case he has Choice Scarf. I'm gonna go directly out into my Electros, but he's gonna go fire off a Pain Split. I expect me to go for a knockoff. I switched out thinking he was Will-O-Wisp, but he's just gonna fire off an Overheat here. Get a good chunk of damage off on my Electros here. I'm gonna U-turn again, trying to get that momentum. I'm gonna go right out into my Infernape this time here and click Close Combat. Reveals he is Leftovers, not Choice Scarf as I feared, but then again Scarf Pain Split wouldn't make any sense. So he's gonna make the switch on to his Mimikyu. I'm just gonna click Close Combat, and of course that's not gonna work. So I'm gonna switch out here, go out into my Crooked out here, get the Intimidate off. And he's gonna go for the Play Rough here. Now here he reveals his Life Orb, and now I figure I want to go for Earthquake to break the sub, because I EV'd my Crooked out to outspeed an Adamant Mimikyu, but unfortunately he ran Jolly, so bad on me for staying in like that. So he's gonna switch out and go out into his Torn this time, fire off another U-turn. This time I'm gonna go out into my Celesteela here, and I'm gonna click Autotomize on the off chance he does click the Heat Wave, but he goes for Dark Pulse instead. I don't know why, but anyway, I fire off the Autotomize. I go for Rock Slide now, trying to do something to get back into this game. I do get the flinch though on the Torn. He's going to stay in, sack off the Torn to the next Rock Slide. So Celesteela finally gets a kill this season, so hooray for that. I get the Beast Boost, I get Special Attack Raise. He goes back out into Rotom here. I'm going to switch out because my Weakest Policy hasn't been activated yet, and Volt Switch is going to take me out. But it's not to go for the Overheat. Doesn't do much here, so I'm just going to fire off for Recover. Because he's at -2 special attack, he can't do much to me, but he's going to hard switch it back into his Kyurem. So I'm just going to go for the Recover, like I said. And right now, I don't really have any switch into Kyurem. So I'm going to sack off my Electros this turn here. He's going to fire off a Fusion Bolt. I guess he has predicted me to go into the Celesteela, which kind of makes sense. But I'm just going to fire off a Substitute here, and I really had no reason to stay in. I'm just going to go for a knockoff. The knockoff is going to break the sub on the Kyurem Black. He expected me to switch out for the Earth Power, but sacking off my Electros here to the Earth Power, so not looking good for me. Obviously down 5-3. In comes Infernape here. He's going to hard switch out into his Mimikyu one more time. This time I'm going to predict it, go for Flare Blitz, and pop the Mimikyu's Disguise. But of course I'm going to take some recoil damage, and I'm going to take some Life Orb damage. So now I'm going to fire off another Flare Blitz, just in case he decides to stay in for whatever reason. So still that's a good chunk. So he's not really, I don't know if he was fully physically defensive, I don't know his EV spread. So at this point, I'm going to go out into my Ridiculous one more time. As he goes for the T-Ball here, does a good amount of damage, and he gets the para on my Ridiculous, which does suck immensely, as we're going to see why later on. So he's going to fire off a Volt Switch, and I'm going to try to fire off a Recover here as he goes back out into Crest. So I'm going to get my Recover off here, and now it's going to become a matter of he's going to go for Calm Mind, I'm going to go for Calm Mind, and of course if anyone knows this situation, if you're the one with Calm Mind Ridiculous and you're paralyzed and you're facing a Calm Mind Crest that's fat as crap, you're not going to win the matchup 1v1, unfortunately, especially considering that what I could have did was make the aggressive play and go hard Infernape as he was going for the Calm Minds here, but I feared the Side Shock the entire time. So I'm just trying to try to keep up alongside him in terms of boosting. I get fully paralyzed. So he's now going to be at +4 special attack, special defense. I'm trying to keep up, and I know at some point in the battle, at some point during this exchange, he is going to have to attack me. So now I'm at +3, and now he's going to attack me with a Shadow Ball, force me to recover. So I look like a roll for a 2 KO. I'm not entirely sure, but now we're both +4. But now I'm forced to go for a recover here, as he calms mine again, so it's +5. I'm trying to keep up here, but I'm forced to recover here because he attacked me with the Shadow Ball. So now he gets to go for Shadow Ball again. Now he's at +5, I'm +4. And it's still looking like a roll for a 2 KO for him. I get to +5 here, and now I'm realizing that this is a losing battle here for me. He's going to fire for Shadow Ball again, so I figure at this point I'm going to just fire off the Savage Spin Out, but I get fully paralyzed. So that is essentially going to be the game right there. But even if I got the Savage Spin off on the crest, it would have did like 40-something% anyway, so I'm not really going to complain about that. Going to Celesteela, let's go for Rock Slide, can't do anything about it. Just get some random flinches off, fire ourselves a +5 Shadow Ball, down goes Celesteela. And the last Pokemon is going to be Infernape, which is going to drop to the the Moonblast here, and that's essentially going to be the game. We do end up losing 5-0 to the Rhode Island Rotoms. I could have played that game a little bit better, but at the same time, I just had a lot of crap to deal with. But I'm not going to make any excuses as to what I could have did better, what sets I could have ranked differently, and all that stuff. That's not really my style to just make excuses of why things didn't go my way and all that stuff. My opponent prepped better than me. He was in a better mindset than I was. That's basically the long story short. But nonetheless, we do get our first loss. We're 2-1 with a +2 differential. We're still on top of our division, which I guess is kind of nice. Week 4, we do play another divisional opponent in Johnny GB and the Oregon Ducklets, so hope you guys are looking forward to that. But nonetheless, despite the what happened in this battle, if you guys did enjoy the battle, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'm also a bit behind with my IBL uploads. Those will be starting back up tomorrow with week 8, and then on Tuesday week 9, and then so on and so forth. So that's gonna be it from me, guys. I'm gonna get the heck out of here. My name is Anthony, aka Tone. I'm gonna catch you guys on the flip side. Later.